Welcome, welcome. Another modern stream today. I found this list in the 5.0 dumps and I kind of loved it. I don't know if it has started to come out by this point, but I have a particular weakness towards the bug color combination. Blue, green, and black have always been kind of like my favorite color combo. So now that this card kind of made this combination more of a reality, I am actually having kind of a blast trying to figure out what we can do with it. So I saw this list in the 5.0 dump and I'm like, hell yeah. All right, so let's start with the basics. We have 21 lands, which is, in my opinion, kind of a very low land count. So we're gonna see how this ends up working out. But then we have a bunch of cheap interaction in the form of Inquisition, Thoughtseize, and Fatal Push. Then we have the Snow package of Astrolabe plus I Find Quaddle. And a one of Dead of Winter in the main deck as a sweeper, which is kind of nice. I'm expecting that this might come up at some point during this league. Then we have a Drown the Lock, which is a card that I have been pretty impressed with out of the Death Shadow decks. When I played Death Shadow the other day, like this card was kind of an all-star, and yeah, we're gonna see how it ends up working within this shell. I expect it's gonna be pretty sweet. We got Goifs, just big green beater, kind of like our clock, which is nice. Having like a pseudo like mid-range slash control deck that has like a real beater feels kind of nice. A couple of Snapcaster mages, flashing back our removal spells, trophies, and stuff. One of JVP, which is kind of interesting. Like I had not seen this creature slash planeswalker in modern for months, maybe years now. When it was just released, it was all over the place. Like I remember, like Grixis list playing like probably up to 4 copies of this little guy, and this card was like 90 ticks in Moto or something. Those days are definitely gone. This card is definitely not. Probably it wasn't even that good back in the day, but it's just a fine card. We're gonna see how it works within this shell. Then we have Oko, of course, which is probably one of the only reasons that this deck even exists in the first place. A one of Force of Negation, which I find a little bit, I don't know, weird. A couple of Lilianas, one of Vraska, one of Jace, one of Into the Story. So the list is definitely a little bit all over the place. So we're gonna see how this ends up working out. I do feel, for example, like I would really wish I had access to maybe some more Assassin's Trophies slash Abrupticates. Teferi kind of feels like it could be an issue. But yeah, well, I first want to see how this list plays out because we're gonna see that this I labeled it bugs no control. Probably should be called more like bugs no mid range rather than control. Like we're not playing cryptic commands. Like the only counter magic that we're playing is Drown the Lock and Force of Negation. So it's more of a mid range deck than a control deck. But I don't know. We're gonna see how it plays out. We're gonna see what the deck is trying to do, how it's trying to do it, and after we play at least one league, we're gonna see how it ends up working out, and we can make potential changes if needed. I am probably gonna be able to stream only a single league today, unfortunately, because I have some other commitments later today. But we're gonna try to make it count, and hopefully we're gonna play some sweet matches. In the server, we have another force. We have one in the main deck, one in the sideboard, one of Disdainful Stroke, and a couple of Ceremonious Rejections. This makes sense since I would imagine that a deck like this really struggles against like Eldrazi's and stuff. Dead of Winter as another sweeper, a couple of Surgicals against graveyard decks, one of Pulse of Morasa. This card has actually been pretty surprising. The most relevant mode is the fact that it basically, if you make it to 3 mana, it guarantees that you're gonna make it to 4 mana, which is kind of a big deal. So this could be sweet. Also, being able to gain 6 against aggro decks and stuff, it's kind of a big deal. Weather the Storm, just like a cyber card against burn slash storm and decks like that. One more ego for the prime times of the world. One Ashiok Nightmare Weaver. This is I said this already. This is like one of probably in the top two of my favorite planeswalkers of all time, right below Karn the Great Creator. So I am when I saw this card in the Cyber, I'm like, fuck yeah. I am pretty sure that it's not gonna be great, but we're gonna see how that works out. Dream Render obviously against just like graveyard strategies, amulets, like decks that shuffle the deck, that want to tutor for stuff and whatnot. One of decay, one of explosives, one of spell when against graveyard decks. So Cyborg is a bunch of one-offs and two rejections and two surgical extractions. So again, this list does not feel like it's very well tuned. So I am going to definitely be very mindful of trying to see what changes could be made to the deck in order to make it a little bit more do whatever it is that we want to do. So we're gonna see how it plays out. But yeah, just gonna fire off a league. Not with that one. Modern League with Bug Snow Control. There we go. But yeah, this kind of list just I don't know. I love this kind of stupid deck. I don't know why. If I'm not playing Amulet, this is the kind of deck that I will be playing. Where's the Ursa? It's in YouTube. Serenely Flap. The Ursa videos should be already up, so you can check them out in my YouTube channel. The goal. All right, so let's see how this starts. Yeah, sure. So we're basically like a blue-green deck. Huh, I actually wonder if there's like a version of this deck that we can make that is just like straight up blue-green. I imagine that we would have to rely too much on counter magic, and we wouldn't have really any discard spells or anything. We're playing against black-green mid-range. This is the kind of deck that we would like to get paired against, so... So I think I'm gonna fetch for a blue-black land, and here a green land, a basic snow-covered forest. Was referring to the stream title. It says Bugorsa. Oh, you're actually totally correct. Yeah, with this new with the new overlay of Twitch, I'm still getting. Thank you so much, Friendly Flat, by the way. With the new way that Twitch presents things right now, I am still kind of trying to get a hang of how things work, and I forgot to do that. But yeah, I streamed Ursa yesterday. I guess I am going to want the blue source here. Definitely holding up Quaddle here. It makes it so my opponent can't use their mana this turn. If they play Liliana, I can at least clock it. Cycling Unearth. That is unexpected. Unfortunately, I do feel like I need to flash in this Quaddle here, because if they do take the Quaddle, then there's nothing I can do with my mana. So it sucks that we drew a card that I would really like to cast. So now this Liliana's probably going under the bus, which sucks. Then we're definitely gonna be playing Jace this coming turn. Also, my opponent is kind of like growing that graveyard over there. If they ever get to 7, and we get to Into the Story, there's like no way we can lose. So we're gonna play Jace here, attack for 1. we're going to another Inquisition. Holy crap. Okay, bye-bye Goif. They need to answer this JVP though. That is 4 cards in my opponent's graveyard. I wish we would draw some like discard spell or something. I don't know. Wow, so many lands. It's crazy. Well, so I guess I do attack. If my opponent wants to spend their turn to like swing with at the Jace with the Quagmire, that's so good for us that I don't really mind. I don't really mind this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh? They really need to find the Thoughtseize here. They really need to find the Thoughtseize. Decay my Jace. If they fetch, they're gonna be in a world of trouble. Nice. So this basically guarantees that I'm gonna get to. Yeah, so I definitely want to do this main phase right now. Snow-covered island. So swing. Inquisition U. I imagine my opponent has like a bunch of removal spells and stuff. Sweet. Yeah, I guess we're gonna get the trophy. And that's 7 cards in their graveyard. So I guess I'm gonna make sure that I fetch, find another island. And I'm not going into the story right now in case they draw an Inquisition or something like that, but getting to resolve into the story is going to be pretty insane. And unless they're playing like Tassiger or something. Well, that's kind of like the best possible draw they could have had there. Yep. Literally the best possible draw. Alright, at least we're going to get to draw 4. See what happens. If we find the Snappy, we're going to get to draw 4 more. They get a couple of clues. Alright. It's a bunch of Astrolabes. I really need to kill this guy. There we go. So. That's a Snapcaster. It's pretty good. So we're gonna fetch for, I guess, an Overgrown Tomb. Like at this point, our colors don't really matter. I'm just using that because I want to enable Revolt for this. Now we can flash in a Quaddle. Now we're just looking pretty good at this point. And if my opponent doesn't draw exactly a discard spell for this Snapcaster, then we're gonna get to flashback into the story, and that should pretty much make it so we can't ever lose. Yeah, sacking a land with a clue in play is, I don't know, a little bit interesting. We're gonna do blue, green, Quaddle. Draw a card. It's a force, which doesn't really do much. They can push my guy if they want. Or attempt to push, I guess. This feels like exactly the kind of matchup that we want to play against. Inquisition. 1, 2, 3. Force this. Playing against the Green Failure, he's the best rock content out there. Oh, really? Oh, sweet. Yeah, poor Green Flyer. They are facing a tough matchup right here. That push resolves. It's effectively the same to counter the push or to I think I'm just gonna draw in the lock the Goif. We're gonna opt, put that on the bottom, another Astrolabe, take 2. That's a trophy. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess that we do this. Oko. Well, that seems better. Maybe they have a discard spell here. Well, they're gonna trade a Quagmire for my Astrolabe. Sounds good to me. It's probably not a good. Yeah, Bob's down. Bob's dead. Opponent concedes. All right. We definitely want decay. Force actually sounds pretty bad. Explosives. Spellbomb. I actually don't want Spellbomb. Pulse? Yes, I do want Pulse from Rasa though. Just like my deck feels like it lines up so well against my opponents. The only thing I'm considering is adding another Dead of Winter. That's the only sideboard card that I'm considering. Ashiok, the fact that Ashiok doesn't protect itself, it's kind of a big deal. So that's why I don't think it's gonna be very good here. Ashiok shines in control matchups and maybe like combo matchups and stuff. But we definitely don't want it in a matchup where my opponent can very effectively clock the Ashiok. We're just gonna go with this. The good thing that Dead of Winter has is that it answers Scavenger News very cleanly, but it's not gonna be great against Tarmogoyfs. That is the only problem. Yeah, this deck looks sweet. The only thing that this deck is kind of missing is like something like K Command or whatever. But I mean, Pulse of Murasa is basically called against command, right? Pulse of Murasa it's effectively called against command. Except it's good against burn. Come on, OP. There we go. All right. Let's see what we're paired against. Yep. Hand looks great. Gonna keep it 100 out of 100 times. Literally just saw that my opponent said GG, well played. So we're getting Inquisition here, Thought Seized. So that probably takes the Raska or the Abrupt Decay, depending on what my opponent's hand looks like. I imagine that it takes the Raska because my opponent, yeah, exactly. This game is definitely gonna go long, so definitely gonna be playing Astrolabe on one. That's a Quaddle. This is gonna be Death Touching starting next turn, which is great. Turn to Goif. I'm going to pass the turn. We're living up Decay and Quaddle. My opponent obviously has a push here, but the thing is that I'm happy with this because if they push me, that means that they don't play a Liliana or something like that. Yeah. And I get my 2-for-1. I do take 5 damage, but that's fine. Could have been a blowout if my opponent had a decay and they decay my Astrolabe. That's a Bob. Push. Well, yeah, it's actually cool. Alright, so we're gonna get a basic Swamp. Tap for black. Black 1. Get a minus. My opponent's probably gonna ditch the Goif. Yep. And then reveal a Goif. Alright. So they're gonna get to trade with Liliana, which is unfortunate. Oh, cool. Okay, that's a land. Pull that on top. I need to decay this right now. Next turn I can double Goif. What if I Oko this instead and my opponent gets the Oko? Yeah, that's a bad deal. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna decay now. If we draw a land, we're gonna Goif plus Elk. And if we don't draw land, we can double Goif. Plague Engineer. They're probably gonna name Snake. Because there's no way they can know. Yeah, there's no way they can know I have 3 Tarmogoyfs in my hand. It's funny that we can play 2 Goyfs into Maelstrom Pulse, because Maelstrom Pulse would still be a 2-for-2, which is hilarious, because he would kill their own Tarmogoyf. Liliana is annoying. Annoying for sure. Huh. Opponent attacks. So you can just block here. We drew a land. That is amazing. So I get to Oko here. Actually, I get to Oko the Astrolabe. Oh no, I'm going to need to tap the Astrolabe to filter. So I Oko the Goif. Play Goif. Attack Liliana. If they have a removal spell from my Goif, they get to clear the Oko, but I already kind of dealt with their Tarmogoyf. It also gains me 5 life. That one is a really big deal, though. Yep, that one is actually a really big deal. Yikes. So I can swing? Yeah. I'm going to clear Vraska. Then I'm gonna get to snap, decay, and trade with the engineer. Thoughts on Thrawn for Amulet? No, we have way better options, Marco. If you want a good card against control, you'd rather have something like you'd rather have something like well, I guess I could actually. Oh, this is actually better. Yeah, so we're gonna target the opt. I'm going to trophy the Tarmogoyf. Thoughtseize is gonna whiff. And then we have the opt after the Thopter's resolves. You can do stuff like Carnage Tyrant is probably like the best thing you can do against control. If you want a card like that for whatever reason, which I don't think you do. But if you did, that would be the better card. Thrawn is just not very good. Like, the size just does not matter. Alright, so we are at parity, except that we have one more card. Fatal Push. This is the moment when our draws are just going to be much better than my opponents. So we answered 2 Goifs already. Get a basic swamp. Push your dude. That's what I'm talking about when I say that our draws are better than our opponents. So they need to have like a push or something for this Jace. They don't. Yeah. I mean, if they have Liliana here, that would be annoying. Plague Engineer on human, that's actually kind of a big deal too. Yeah, my opponent's draws were very good there. So Goif. So what are we looking for here? We're looking for Into the Story. Explosives. Sure. Funny how I bottomed this, and then I shuffled, and then it came back to the top. Yeah. All right, sweet. 1-0 with bug things. Bug snow stuff. That felt nice. That felt nice. Oh. So we're getting paired for the second match. You gotta be kidding me. We're getting paired against Dido. So we're basically confirmed to be against Death Shadow. This hand is great against Death Shadow. Falamano Shiku says. So I think I'm gonna want to make sure that I have the Quaddles live ASAP. Hey! So we're gonna get Island, Forest, and then we're gonna get. I guess I should have played this one, don't I? Yeah, I think I messed up there. Yeah, at this point, I kind of messed up, but it's fine. Breeding pool. I should have played the Misty Rainforest there. Green and blue. Yeah, so we're gonna play the Snow Cover Swamp there. That was not a great draw, but it's fine. Do we want to start clocking? I don't think we want to start clocking. Not yet. Fatal Push resolves. Let's drown this. Nice. So we get to hold up mana again. Maybe I should have actually played. Is this an angler? That's fine. Play another one of these. And now we can elk the angler. So let's find an island. And let's find a swamp. Elk. Dismember. Sure. They attack Oko. There's a shadow. Up. Don't want to go if. I think we can do better than go if. Hmm. Oh, I actually chose the wrong card there. Whoops. My opponent left the blue mana though, so I'm going to play a go if here. And I'm going to Elk the Astrolabe. Another Dismember. Oh, that one's kind of a big deal. Oh, they have the discard spell too? Oh, the push. Ugh. Yeah, this... We drew one too many lands. It's not looking good. Probably want to upkeep this. They definitely have... Dido definitely has the stub. No. Huh. Okay. Has the push. Okay, so I still need to draw something here. Another Angler. Yeesh. So, what do we want to draw here? Snap. Yeah, we're dead. That was pretty brutal. So we want these. We want these. I guess we want explosives. Nah, I don't think we want explosives. We're fine. We don't want any of these. We don't want force. We actually do want auto for discard spells. Liliana's great. Dead of Winter, not so much. Don't get me wrong, Dead of Winter would have been great there, but like it's not guaranteed that we're gonna get to get full value from it. Yeah, maybe I should have echoed the. Maybe I should have echoed the Death Shadow when I had the chance. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that there was at one point there was some sequencing mistake that I messed up in that game. Go down to 6. I guess we're gonna keep this. I'm gonna put the Alka on the bottom. It's kind of awkward, but like Dido is very likely to have some way of like messing with my hand somehow, so I don't want to expose one of my 3 Yokos to a discard spell before I have to. I'm gonna stop this. That's aggressive. Okay. Maybe they just want to build a graveyard. Let's find an overgrown tomb. Split Jace, and they cannot really build a graveyard this turn. Well, I guess never mind, they can. So let's lead on Astrolabe. We really need to find a 3rd land here into the story. Hitting land drops like the bosses we are. Aha. Interesting. Blue, black. Can I target spell? They can stop this. Veil of Summer. That's brutal. Wow, that's insane. All right. So we kind of just lose right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, you have to be kidding me that they have the angler too. Whoa. That is so good. The good thing is that we're gonna get to we pitch this. Let's astrolabe first, and we're gonna get to kill this angler right now. That's a goif. But then the snapcaster is gonna answer our guy. Also, Dido missed a land drop the previous turn, so oh no, I guess they didn't. So they could have lands in hand, because if they don't have removal, then the goif is good. But I think I need to kill the angler. I need to make sure that I kill the angler where they get it is good. Black and filter for green. Last two Modern Streamers Showdown for the ultimate title? I guess so. Damn, that was such a good Veil. And now they have Oko. Yeesh. So now the Jace gets answered. Yeah, unfortunately I cannot take a turn off to... I would really like to destroy Dido's green source there. But I don't think I get to. So he's definitely playing Death Shadow, Grixis Shadow, but with a green, like a heavier green splash. Which is very interesting. So now we got an elk. Second island? Yeah, sure, second island. So now hopefully they have some amount of dead cards in hand. Speaking of dead cards, at least we can clock in the air. The second Dido finds a threat, though, we're in trouble. Maybe we can eventually manage to answer this Soko, but they can't veil me, so all right, cool. So no shadow. Okay, that's not a shadow, so that's good. Sweet. Gonna elk the food that Dido gave me to beat him down with it. That was interesting. That was a cool game. This maybe? What do I not like? All my cheap interaction is there. Drawing the log seems kind of like a liability because of Gourmet Angler, but on the other hand, it can be an answer to Gourmet Angler, and Dido is aggressively thought scarring themselves. I think I just do the same thing. Sure. We're on the LD plan, boys. Okay, so this means that they either have a stub or another discard spell, I imagine. Nice. So now we get to Quaddle on 2. That's hot. Yeah, second discard spell is very makes a lot of sense. Probably gonna get a second Oko. Or the Quaddle maybe. Mm-hmm. Second Oko makes sense. Field of Ruin. I'm gonna Quaddle on step, and I'm gonna make sure that I destroy this green source from Dido. If we can manage to make their cards dead, that's how we're probably gonna win this game. Sanoko. So, green. Drowning the Lock. Holding up Drown just in case. See what happens. I doubt that Dido is going to play a second Oko even if they have it. I imagine that the red splash is that I'm pretty sure that they must have sided out the battle rages. So I'm not going to go after the red sources. Just going to go after the green sources with the Field of Ruins. They show me a basic island, so going after the blue ones doesn't make sense. I am, however, going to, if they play a shadow or something, I'm going to push it even into a stubborn now. So I can attempt to resolve the Drown in the Lock. All right. I can safely take 3 here. 3 is free to take. So the angler here. I'm gonna get a green. Push this. Liliana's a good one. but I'm not going to play her yet. Do I get the second black source or do I get the red? I think I'm gonna get the second black source actually. Like I really doubt that Dido has anything left. And I'm gonna use this turn to play the Goif. My opponent's only gonna be able to look one of these things. Probably gonna elk the Guadal now. For Thoughtseize. Oh, even worse, Fatal Push. Yep. Ugh. And this protects the angler from the Liliana Edict. That's brutal. Pools of Murasa. So I pulls the field back. I can field something. I feel like I need to hit my land drops here. I would really love to pulse back the Icefang Quaddle, but I don't think I can afford to. Getting clocked too hard. Also, this deck does not play any Plague Engineers. That has to be a mistake. So black, blue, kill this. They drew the shadow. Yikes, 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 yikes. How do we win this game? We can't, right? So I Vraska the Shadow. Somehow Dido doesn't draw anything. They have the stub. Alright, GG's. We got shadowed by the master. That was pretty brutal. I like Dido's list right there. I might play that list at some point. Definitely gonna be asking him for it. Alright. Wow, that's right. We actually play discard spells. I totally forgot about that. Totally forgot that we play discard spells in this deck. That's crazy. Stony Weaver, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. And yeah, Bug Snow does look fun, actually. I guess we get the Ewit here. My opponent has all mismatching basic forests, which gives me more information about what they're doing over there. Astrolabe first, draw, land, pass. Oath of Nissa. Garuk. All right. So we know we're looking for counter magic. Wow, expedition map. Oh, cool. Is Soko good enough? Probably is, and I think I'd rather find the land so I can guarantee Vraska. Ugh. Do I Inquisition here? Well, I guess I do. It's not getting any better for me anyway, right? We might whiff here. Oh, sweet. We got there. Awesome. So we're going to play this. Green, play Goif, pass the turn. Next turn we can Vraska or Jace, depending on what my opponent does. Like, for example, I could see just like going Jace minus here. It looks like my opponent drew something to do with their mana, though. There's... Oh, land makes the Goif bigger. So I can clear this. They did play the land. It's a 4-5 Goif now. Get breeding pool. So first we're going to attack. We're going to see what my opponent does there. Cool. And now I think I'm going to Vraska minus on the elf. This means that my opponent's Nykthos is going to be worse. Also means that I have a clear board to... I have a big boy Goif, and I have a clear board to do stuff. And I really doubt my opponent has any hasty threats. But that's a good one. Second Astrolabe, draw a card. And I think we just hold. Stake a turn off. Holding up counter magic and stuff. Now we get to Jace. Rainstorm. We're gonna put this on top, this on top, this on top, so we can bottom the opt if my opponent doesn't do anything. And I guess I'm going to plus and suck nothing. Holding up Drown and Assassin's Trophy. Wistful Selkie. That seems worth countering. Whoops. Destroy counter target spell. It actually nets my opponent a fair amount of mana, so... Draw 3. So I want to bottom this and this. We're going to Vista, fetch for an island, play Astrolabe, draw another Goif. Swing down to 2, sacrifice a permanent, pass the turn. I guess I could have played the Goif there. I'm holding up Snapcaster, Drown plus Assassin's Trophy, so I don't think that my opponent can get enough defenses, and then I can, even if they play a creature or two, I can bounce it or destroy it, and we just take over. All right, stroke seems good. Force seems good. What else? They have a lot of one drops, so maybe I want explosives. Definitely not sure about this one, but I think I'm gonna bring it in. Let's see what happens. And we want all over their scar. We want pushes. Astrolabe's fine. Quaddle, I guess could be good. Liliana seems kind of sketch. My opponent's gonna have like a bunch of random creatures, like explosives against his troll deck. Yeah, that was my point. I feel like if I bring in explosives, it's gonna be mostly to be put on one. I feel like I want Dead of Winter in there. I might want a second one even. I'm just gonna keep the one for. I feel like I want more information, so I'm going to keep the one off as an out, but I'm not gonna bring in the second one. And Into the Story seems good. Vraska seems alright, but not insane. Same with, I guess Jace is actually good. JVP seems decent. Like we really need to kill any scavenging uses. Could see take out one Goif or one like non-value engine. I could see taking out the Jace, honestly. I'm gonna take out the Goif and see what happens. I expect that my opponent's gonna for sure have access to like Veil of Summer and stuff. This hand looks excellent. I don't think that they're gonna have Chalice, so that kind of smells like a Veil of Summer. So I'm not gonna thought season one. Sprawl, that's fine. No second land? Oof. Alright. So let's find an island first. Astrolabe, okay. All the black sources. Thought CCU. Ha! Ha! Got him! We kinda have to take the Eternal Witness here. Because if they draw land, we're actually in trouble. We could take the Veil, but they're short on mana, so it's gonna be kind of awkward for them to be able to hold up Veil, so sure. Opt into Snappy. I actually don't think I want Snappy. Ugh. Visionary. Yeah, so with this trigger on the stack, I'm actually gonna push. I want to build a graveyard so my drown does something. Because otherwise this drown is it's not doing a lot of stuff. A threat. That's almost a threat. I'm gonna main phase this, so I could have drawn into something like an Assassin's Trophy would be nice to set them back to the Stone Age. Another Wall of Blossoms. I guess I should have counted that one. That was a mistake. Oh yeah, I should have definitely counted that one. I misclicked it there. We have opt in the yard and stuff. I mean, I gotta imagine that they're gonna jam a Garruk the turn that they have it, so. Play go if pass. I wonder if they're gonna Selkie here. Yeah, they're Selkien. That makes sense, actually. So they can bail. What I could do. Well, I guess I can't. Yeah, I actually can. So we're going to fetch for an Overgrown Tomb. I guess Wither Grape's better. And then I'm going to push the Selkie here. And if my opponent bails, we can draw into the lock. So blue, make black. And blue, counter target spell. Sweet. And now we're holding up Snapcaster counter magic. Sprawl is fine. Mismatching arts feels bad, man. So we're gonna Quaddle first. Maybe we find something better. Jace. Alright, so we're gonna 1, 2, Snapcaster Mage. Gonna drown in the lock. Counter target spell. Black and blue. Brainstorm. Nice. That's actually great because I'm just gonna main phase kill this. And we have not played land this turn. So I guess that we can put this on top, then put this on top. We can play land, play Astrolabe, attack with everything, trophy my opponent's land. This is gonna filter for black and green. I guess I should have done this before combat, or like after blockers were declared. I missed on 1 point of damage. It's fine. So this needs to be chump blocked. Opponent just concedes, I think. Yeah. Moto concession lag. It's great. I love me some moto concession lag. Well, that felt good. We're 2-on-1 with this bug deck. This is kind of sweet. This is kind of sweet. Into the story, I don't know. Like it made the matchup against black green very very easy, but I'm not sold. I'm not sold on that card. What's the loss? The loss was to like the 4-color shadow deck that Dido was playing. The Grixis Shadow Master, Dido Guidotti, another streamer by the way. In case you don't know about Dido. Yeah, I love this hand. Keep. So we definitely want to be hitting land drop. So I think I'm going to just turn 1 Astrolabe. Yeah, the 4-color shadow deck is really sweet. It's so it was what Lido was playing is different to the list that I streamed at one time that I put a 5-0 with, because it was playing basically the version that I was playing was Bug Shadow splashing green, and this was like a Grixis Shadow. Sorry, Bug Shadow splashing red, and this what Dita was playing felt more like a Grixis Shadow splashing green. Gemstone Mine into Snow Covered Island. No idea what my opponent's up to. Gonna get a forest. Top for blue, green, Quaddle. So that strikes me as like ad nauseum or something like that. I cannot think of another modern deck that would play Gemstone Mine and Snow Covered Island, so I'm just gonna try to go full aggro and try to clock my opponent. Oh, Neoform. Neoform? Sucks to lose, but at least it wasn't drawn. Fair enough. Yeah, so it's definitely Neobrand. It has to be. Yep. It is Neobrand. 2 on the bottom. Damn. Was that a good draw? Was that a good draw? I'm not sure. I feel like I want to field this Grove. I could also field the Gemstone Mine, actually. So this denies them a land, but it costs them life. So not much we can do here. We're going to make it food. And we're going to attack. That's the easy part. Now, I feel like I want to field one of their lands. They might be splashing white. And if they are splashing white, then getting the Gemstone Mine is going to be better. I think I'm going to go for that. I'm going to get another blue here. Going to pass the turn. Serum Visions resolves. 2 to the bottom. Opt. Don't think I want to where. And I don't think I can afford to opt here because I might need to pitch. I might need to hold the force to pitch. Let's lead on Astrolabe first, see what we draw. That is 1 mana short of being a good draw. So take 7. Down to 3. So many Waterlogged Groves. So my opponent can gain a bunch of life. So I'm going to Snapcaster Opt here to use my mana to put another threat into play. Dead of Winter. That's not a good one. So they're gonna shoal pitching something. And I think I don't force it. 3, 6, 9. This is still lethal, so I don't need to counter that. I'm trying to play around Veil of Summer. Ha. I think we don't counter this one either. Because even now, if my opponent goes for the combo, we just don't really care, right? Yeah, even if they go for the combo, they can't draw cards. So with only 3 cards left, they would need to have like Allosaurus Rider plus 2 green cards plus draw into the Neo form. We just counter the Neo form. So, all right, Force, yes. Stroke, yes. I guess it counters stuff. What else? What else? What else? And more ego, sure. Whether there's Storm, not really. I mean, the thing is that we have so many dead draws, right? So we don't want pushes, we don't want Dead of Winter. I guess everything else is fine. Do you think we should go with Banoko in Modern due to everything jamming it, reducing diversity? I don't think so. I mean, the card is just fine. It's not like overpowered or anything. I don't think I want Brass Gun. I kind of don't think I want Jace either. I think I'd rather have Ashiok dead than Jace. Yeah, Ashiok actually doesn't sound bad at all. So we're just missing 1 card. We still have a bunch of bad cards in here, so I think I'm just going to bring in the Jace, just because it's a blue card that I can pitch to Force if I need to. Actually, our blue card count is decent, isn't it? Well, it's like 24 blue cards. It's definitely on the low end, but could be worse. Alright. I'm not moving to Force or anything like that. I would definitely like to have access to like a Thoughtseize or Inquisition or whatever. Like some kind of discard spell. We have not been drawing our discard spells often. Opponent, are you there? Does War Ashiok stop Neoform Search? I guess it does. I guess that my opponent cannot win with the War Ashiok in play. Yeah, so it should definitely be this Ashiok over the Jace. In fact, I would put this Ashiok over the Into the Story. Yeah, that's definitely okay. So if we go to game 3, I'm gonna make that change. Yeah, I totally forgot that my opponent cannot combo off with that Ashiok in play. So turn 1, discard. Turn 2, Jace. Turn 3, Oko. I mean, we can get turn 1, but whatever, right? They left 2 on top. Unfortunately, this is the turn that my opponent stepped out, so I need to Inquisition right now. Alright. So they have the Rider. They have the Summoner's Pact. Damn it. So there's nothing we can do here? Because they probably have a thing on top. So I definitely take one of the green cards. I guess I take the Morphos. Yeah, we're probably getting comboed off this turn though. Best thing we can draw is a Force. If we get to untap, obviously. Best thing that we can draw is a Force. And if I draw a Force, I think I'm going to play the Goifon 2 instead of the JCP. Mm-hmm. So their hand is repeal plus X. Can I do anything? I really cannot. So I guess that my line is gonna be... Yeah, I guess I'm gonna Delta. Delta into Island. And I'm gonna play the Jace. Maybe their top two were like land plus Evo, Eldritch Evolution. The damage doesn't really matter. This is because the Jace allows me to dig one deeper. But yeah, this is my opponent's gonna attack here because it's free, and then they're gonna combo me out on the second main phase. Mm-hmm. So those were the top two cards from my opponent. I don't think there was much that we could have done here. I think that my hand was fine. It's just like my opponent's hand was just perfect. Like that Serum Visions that my opponent played on turn one was just like the best thing possible. Because it set up my opponent's skill on the top of their deck as opposed to in their hand, where I couldn't touch it. I appreciate my opponent being able to combo off fast, combo off quickly. Anything else? Not really. We can attempt to surgical. That's like cute. I mean, honestly, it seems better than like Jace. Just Jace seems so bad. Yeah, so let's go with this. Okay. Turn one discard into drown. Okay. At least his hand has a plan. Moves to 6, moves to 5. Neobrand doing Neobrand things. Inquisition you. Metamorphose. All right. So this goif can be a 3/4. So I guess I played out. Breeding pool. Yes. But at this point, my opponent can top deck exactly Neoform, and we are kind of screwed. But that would be just like the absolute perfect, right? Like we can't really play around that. Of course, of course. I guess it was correct for me to hold on my Drandalog, huh? Yeah, I could have played around it, yes, but it would have needed to be like they had exactly one draw step to draw exactly that card, and starting next turn, I actually get to to hold up drawing the lock while actually putting a clock on them, which I think is going to be very important for me, right? So I think that putting my opponent on exactly one draw step to find exactly Neoform, because they literally have 4 cards. They have 4 out of 53 cards, because they move to 5, 54. They have only 4 cards out of 54 cards that win them the game, and anything else is with everything else. I just get to be the one to win, except that I'm actually clocking my opponent as well. So yes, I mean, I think that it was still the correct line for me to put the Tarmogoyf into play. Like I just couldn't have. I mean, I could have played around it, but I think that it was correct for me to put a clock into play. Morphos is a free reader as well. Yeah, I mean, but we're still in the same thing. We're still in the same situation. There's only one card that they can draw. It needs to be exactly Neoform, and it needs to be exactly that turn. So it's not like Neoform. Metamorphose being a redraw doesn't really make it more likely for them. I guess it does, but not in a relevant way. Sure, we're gonna keep this hand. Turn 1 Astrolabe into turn 2 depends on what my opponent's doing. This deck is fun though. I am enjoying playing this deck. Nope, wait, which? Well, definitely clicked on the wrong thing there. My bad. All right, so I guess next turn we're gonna Thoughtseize plus Lave. Definitely not what I wanted to do. Yep. I guess it wouldn't have really changed anything, would it? Snow-covered forest is interesting out of Dredge, though. Basic swamp. Say what? Huh. um, I don't know what to think. I'm pretty sure I take the Masticore here because that's an enabler and it's a persist creature. The Ravager is going to be easier to answer with just like a Liliana minus. What the hell? Alright, so my opponent shows me the card that they drew for turn. Thank you very much. What in the hell? Definitely spending this turn to Lily minus. I'm not gonna plus this Liliana, but just being able to like 1-for-1 with this, it feels good to an extent. Alternatively, I could Thoughtseize away the plating plus put a Goif into play, or put a Jace into play. Do I like that better? I kind of do like having a Goif into play. Like, I don't know what my opponent's going to be doing next turn. I definitely have no idea what my opponent can do with this deck. So putting a clock on them seems relevant. This Ravager is just a 2-2, potentially a 3-3 with a Darksteel Citadel if my opponent wants to. The Great Henge. It's Chromatic Star. I guess that grows the Ravager. My opponent's playing a real Brewski over there. Excuse me. I have no idea what my opponent's doing over there. I can field plus Jace. Or I think I'm just gonna Liliana minus here. Like, I'm not gonna be plussing with this Liliana. And I want to make sure that I get full value. What I mean by full value is that my opponent cannot get value from that Ravager. They can like hardcast Vengevine or something. Yep, they have Vengevine mana there. So I guess I actually might plus here on the Lily. So let's plus ditch the Vista. Okay. So because my opponent was on hardcast Vengevine territory, I think that plussing is good for me. Because they're probably not as likely to be able to double spell. I would like to find some kind of interaction. Preferably not a trophy, but maybe something like a Fatal Push or Altar of Dementia. God damn, my opponent's going real deep over there. I think I'm just gonna Turbo Goif them out though. I don't think Jace is gonna be important this game. Yeah. Just wanna play Goif. Going to attack my opponent. They Chumperino. I have no idea what my opponent is up to over there. Field their land. Get a swamp. It's important. I like to get information on how many basics they're playing. Seems like they're playing some number of basics. So they have double Vine in the yard. Unless they have some way of casting stuff from the yard. Yeah, unless they have some way of casting stuff from the graveyard. Like this Liliana's gonna make sure that they can never do anything. Well, that was... Yeah, I don't think I have words for that. that was weird. Guess I want rejections. Don't think I want Thoughtseizes. I want removal. Jace seems pretty slow. Pulse is maybe okay. Liliana seems terrible. Even though it was actually decent that game, I don't think that Liliana's where I want to be. I think Ashiok is going to be... Ego is going to be too slow. So we're going to do something like this. Jace or Into the Story is kind of like the question, but the thing is like Jace at least impacts the board, like Into the Story doesn't, so... Okay. What the hell is my opponent doing over there? I'm kind of blown away, honestly. Definitely an interesting brew. That is an Arcbound Ravager. We get to block the Ravager, which is nice. They don't have a discard outlet yet, so I'm not so concerned about Vengevance yet. We might be concerned about Vines soon enough. I'm okay with this trade. Note that because of Astrolabe, this is actually a Death Touching Quaddle. We have both Spellbomb. What? Okay. That's anticlimactic. Alright, this deck is kind of sweet. I'm into it. I'm definitely into it. I feel like I want more of this effect, though. I feel like at least I would want another trophy. JVP seems like it's a fine card, but it's just so hard to leverage. So I think I'm going to make that switch. And I could see adding another Snapcaster in place of maybe Dead of Winter. Into the Story also kind of feels like a sideboard card, more than a main deck card. So it's pretty interesting. 21 lands felt good because like the deck just cantrips so much that I did not, at least in that league, I had I didn't have any issues hitting my land drops or anything. Only 4 discard spells is kind of meh. Braska was actually kind of sweet. Jace was okay. So it's gonna probably be between this and these. These are like the 2 cards that feel more like cyber cards than main deck cards. Maybe something like that. Like the idea for Jace is kind of sweet. Like it is cool, but it just died every time. It's really hard to leverage Jace. I guess I'm gonna give it another shot. And the sideboard is a little bit all over the place, honestly. Couple of rejections. As much as I would love for this card to be great, I just don't think it is. And we can play maybe a Mystical Dispute. Honestly, I could see running Veils. Yeah, something like that. We cannot really overdo it on the Force of Negations. First of all, because I only own 2 copies, so that's that's the first reason why. Second reason why, because we just don't really have that many actual blue cards, which can be kind of an issue. Also, I could see playing less Tarmogoyfs. Narset in the side. I just don't think Narset is a very good card in this format. How did Force of Negation feel with not too many blue spells? It was okay. It just like whenever we needed to cast it, we were able to cast it. And that is because we're literally playing a single copy, so we don't really need, like, it only takes some sequencing and stuff like that. Like I think I was able to pitch an opt in the league that we played. I don't remember, but like whenever I had one of my forces in hand, I did always have a blue card to pitch to it. Yeah, this looks a bit better. I feel like we were pretty lucky that we did not face any Teferi Time Raveler decks. But this deck looks like it would have a really hard time against the Resolve Teferi. So that's why I want to make sure that I have like Assassin's Trophies and like Abdicates and stuff. I just don't want to get got by that stupid card. Into the Story felt good as a one-off. I don't think I want more than one. Like it again, as I was saying earlier, it's even closer to a sideboard card than a main deck card, in my opinion. It did feel good in the matchups where, like, against Black Granny, it just won the game by itself. But like against Shadow, it like got stuck into our hand because Gurbag Angler made it so we could never cast it. So it's kind of awkward. Like maybe you probably just want to side it out in the Shadow matchup or something. Like if your opponent's playing Gurbag Angler, you just don't want into the story at all. I'm honestly wondering if this deck should be playing Thought Scours instead of Opts. Or maybe Thought Scours instead of Astrolabes. The thing is that Astrolabe Oko is like such a sweet combo. Also, Astrolabe Quaddle is kind of nice as well. Questing Beast? I mean, Questing Beast is good against the Fairy, I'll give you that. It's not good against Path to Exile, though, which the Fairy decks often run, and which the Fairy decks will probably play against us. It's also a 4-drop, which is a lot. I mean, my favorite thing about this deck is just like how well suited it is in this area, right? Like we have so much stuff. In the early game, we just did so many things every game, right? Like we just curved out literally every game, whether it's like turn one Astrolabe or turn one Thoughtseize or Discard Spell, or we like held up Opt. Then we played Quaddle or Trophy or Goyf in turn two. So it is definitely it is definitely nice that we have like a nice curve. And it also works with the fact that we're playing only 21 lands in a mid-range slash almost control deck, right? That's why we're not playing cryptics or anything like that. We only have 21 lands, so playing cryptics would be pretty greedy. It would also be hard to leverage those cryptics. Tarmogoyf just as a dumb beater was fine. Yeah, I don't know. It's certainly interesting. Like I definitely liked the things that I got to do, to put it somehow. It was pretty sweet. Um, I don't think I'm gonna have time to do another league. As I said earlier, this was gonna be a shorter stream. But thank you so much for watching. If you are in YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.